Oh shit, it's finally happening, folks. After consistent backlash against Sony's stance on crossplay, the publisher has finally decided to yield. The following information comes directly from Sony's official blog, which released a post today on September 26, 2018, making the announcement that Fortnite will finally support the ability for players to not only play with Xbox One and Switch users, but also carry their save progress across these platforms. You may recall that the latter aspect was most notably contentious, as signing your third-party Epic Games account into PS4 would result in that account being permanently locked down and crippled, and unable to be used on Switch or Xbox One. There was no way to undo this either once players had linked their accounts to PS4, and making matters worse was that this all happened without warning. But now, it would seem as though all of that is about to be reversed if this blog post is anything to go by. Here's what Sony had to say. Following a comprehensive evaluation process, Sony Interactive Entertainment has identified a path toward supporting cross-platform features for select third-party content. We recognize that PS4 players have been eagerly awaiting an update, and we appreciate the community's continued patience as we have navigated through this issue to find a solution. The first step will be an open beta beginning today for Fortnite that will allow for cross-platform gameplay, progression, and commerce across PlayStation 4, Android, iOS, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, and Mac operating systems. We see the beta as an opportunity to conduct thorough testing that ensures cross-platform play is best on PlayStation, while being mindful about the user experience from both a technical and social perspective. For 24 years, we have strived to deliver the best gaming experience to our fans by providing a uniquely PlayStation perspective. Today, the communities around some games have evolved to the point where cross-platform experiences add significant value to players. In recognition of this, we have completed a thorough analysis of the business mechanics required to ensure that the PlayStation experience for our users remains intact today, and in the future as we look to open up the platform. This represents a major policy change for Sony Interactive Entertainment, and we are now in the planning process across the organization to support this change. We will update the community once we have more details to share, including more specifics regarding the beta timeframe and what this means for other titles going forward. Hallelujah, Sony. Took you long enough, but this is definitely the right thing to do in a day and age in which video game devices are more connected than ever. I said before that as pressure continued to mount, it wasn't a question of if, but rather a question of when, and it would seem as though the time has finally come. Not gonna lie, I thought Sony would continue being stubborn up until the release of PlayStation 5. I did not expect them to yield this soon, but hey, I'm not complaining. It is worth keeping in mind, however, that for now, Sony is solely confining opening up crossplay and cross-save features to Fortnite. That's not really all that surprising, given that the majority of the backlash against Sony's crossplay stance stemmed from their handling of what is currently the most popular video game in the world. However, based on what I read in this blog post, this is meant to test cross-platform features for not just Fortnite, but also for other titles in the future, and data obtained from the beta will inform how they will proceed moving forward. So they're taking their time with it to make sure they get this right, but it would seem as though the company is finally committing to cooperating with the rest of the gaming industry, who have asked Sony to enable crossplay and cross-saves for months and years now. It's definitely the right move. Not only will Sony finally stop drawing negative attention to themselves with each instance of cross-play and cross-save restrictions, this is also an all-around good thing for the gaming industry's developers and consumers. They're definitely late to the party, and Sony has spouted a lot of bullshit to justify their restrictions, but what matters right now is that they are looking towards the future and doing the right thing. I honestly have little doubt in my mind that as long as Sony keeps outputting a steady stream of top-notch exclusive first-party titles as they've been doing over the months and years, people will still gravitate towards PlayStation to play some of the greatest games out there right now. Yielding on crossplay features will have little to no impact on their current dominance as long as they keep doing what they've been doing. If anything, it'll only elevate people's goodwill towards PlayStation as the platform becomes that much more consumer-friendly. So yeah, all around good news, folks, and the hope is that we start seeing other third-party titles on PlayStation 4 besides Fortnite lift cross-play restrictions sooner rather than later to pave the way for a much more convenient and unified future. These are just one man's thoughts and opinions anyway. I'd love to hear what your take is on Sony finally yielding on cross-play and cross-saves in the comments below. With that, I would like to end this news update. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy my content and would like to support this channel directly, consider donating on Patreon. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Yong Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Yong out!